Tonight's episode of the 31st Lap Podcast is brought to you by DirtTrackDigest.com. If it's on dirt, it's on Dirt Track Digest.
This is the 31st Lap Podcast, recorded live in the studios of FingerLakes1.com in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now, your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon, welcome to episode number 162 of the 31st Lap. Mike is on the road tonight, not going to be able to join us. He is in Canandaigua for the All-Star Circuit of Champions appearance, Canandaigua Motorsports Park. They're just getting underway right now. John Balmas not able to make it to the studio either due to some prior commitments. So we're going to be flying solo, going to move through it fast. But first item on the docket is this interesting little ditty that we found out about from Watkins Glen. The Full Throttle Experience is what they're calling it. Kind of cool. Full Throttle at the Glen. It's completely new VIP experience that is set for August 6th to 9th, NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Cheez-It 355 weekend. It's a really cool combination here. This package includes Hall of Fame motorsports personalities that we haven't really had the chance to hang out with on our show, but we love to do it. NASCAR Series champion Rusty Wallace and four-time Trans Am champion Tommy Kendall are going to take you on personal pace car laps and garage tours, which is pretty cool. From the time the guests show up there, they're going to be treated to uncompared behind-the-scenes experience. These packages are budget priced at $3,000. Pairs can be purchased for a discounted $5,000. Limited numbers, obviously, are going to be available. It comes with a hot pass allowing entry into the garage area, starter, stand viewing opportunities, if you can believe that, weekend fan vision rental, photo opportunities with the winning drivers and the celebrities in Gatorade Victory Lane, Driver and Motorsports, personality appearances at the Pit Inn, which is a dedicated weekend hostess, comes with that as well. Exclusive Watkins Glen International gift package. Fans can also get access to pre-race activities and meetings with the drivers and crew chiefs throughout the weekend. It's unbelievable. I mean, I would, I'd be willing to put that money out there if I had it. That would be an amazing experience, because just imagine the number of people that you're going to be able to cross paths with there August 6th to 9th NASCAR Sprint Series weekend, presented by Cheez-It 355 weekend. You get all the turnkey VIP experience. You get all the experience of being from the starter stand. You get to go to the drivers' meeting. You get to go to Victory Lane. You get to meet the drivers and the crew chiefs that you see week after week competing with the NASCAR's Premier Series. It's awesome and pretty cool deal. You can book them through Jeff Nelson. You can call him at 607-353-3354. That's 607-353-3354. J Nelson at theglen.com. Pretty cool. Full Throttle Experience, VIP, all access, August 6th to 9th, NASCAR Sprint Series, Cheez-It 355 weekend, and Watkins Glen International. Pretty neat stuff. As we said, going to be an abridged version. Everybody is on the road this weekend, taking in the All-Star Circuit of Champions event over at Canandaigua Motorsports Park. That, as we've documented that before with Mike on the show, is that series was bought by Tony Stewart here in the off-season, and this thing is now making its first ever trip to Canandaigua Motorsports Park, setting the stage for Ohio Sprint Week, which goes from the 19th through the 27th. So lots at stake here as the All-Stars come to Canandaigua for the first time. Greg Hodnett, he picked up a win at Bedford Speedway. It was his 21st career All-Star victory, 5th 410 win at Bedford. He's currently the Tour's win leader. He's got 3 wins and 5 feature starts this year. Greg Wilson won at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway in Pittsburgh. Dale Blaney picking up a win June 2nd in Attica. That was his 10th career ASCOC champion. Blaney's the points leader as they come into Canandaigua this weekend. He's got 2 wins, 10 top 5s, and 14 top 10s and 15 starts. Cody Dara, 53 points behind. Chad Kemenaugh, he's got a win to his credit. He's 3rd, 5 top 5s and 15 features. Tour winners include Ryan Smith, Wilson, Tim Schaefer, Parker Price, Miller, and James McFadden. The Grit Series is in action over there at Canandaigua tonight as well, running their their Cabin Fever 64, rather, in conjunction with the ASCOC appearance, and then the Grit Series is also going to be coming up on the 16th of June at Black Rock Speedway. So they got a couple local dates coming up. If you still want to shut things off and scoot over there, $27 to get in the door. Gates opened up at 5 o'clock. Kids under 16 were 5. Pits opened at 4. So if you got over there early, you could catch everybody as they were coming in. Pit admission $35. For more, visit allstarsprint.com or CanandaiguaMotorsportsPark.com. On the topic of Canandaigua, Tim Fuller picking up his first win of the season over there. As we look at some results from over the weekend, Steve Payne, Matt Shepard following him across the line, Justin Harris, Gary Tompkins filling in the top 5. Kevin Ridley getting a win in the sportsman ranks, topping A.J. Lloyd and Dave Conant. Kane Bristol, Carl Comfort, Matt Smith filled the top 5. Steve Dole won the 305 sprints. Pete Stefanski got one over Pat Hobbs and Blaine Smith to win that feature. Scott Smith winning the Pure Stock 20-lapper. Larry White doubled down over at Fulton on Saturday. He won the modified feature, and he also took the PST Patriot Sprint Tour main event. Wright got the lead from Sammy Reeks, who's a former regular over there at the Fulton Speedway, and Steve Poirier with 3 to go, and then had to hold Sean Donath at bay for the win. White got past Pat Ward and Billy Whitaker on lap 28 just before the only caution period of the event, jumbled everybody back at the front. White got away from the pack and led Danny Johnson, Billy Decker, Pat Ward, and Chuck Bauer at the line. At Oswego, Dave Gruhl won the spring championship, passing Mike Muldoon on a late race restart as Heartbreak struck the Muldoon car. He ran out of fuel. Muldoon coasted 8th. Otto Sidderly chased after Gruhl from 2nd at the line. Ray Graham was 3rd ahead of Dave Danzer, Sean Goslin. Mike Bond won his 30th career feature in the small block supers. Over there at Paradise, Mike Austin won the 600 Pro feature over Dan Nagel, Brian Gould. The missing name that you're wondering about, Billy Coffey. He ended up 5th in this one. I think it was his first time outside the top 3 in like 6 weeks. Outside of the top 2 in 6 weeks. It was a tough run for him, amassing only 5th behind Dylan Westbrook. Johnny Kolosek won the 600 Amateur feature. Kirsten Dombrowski in the 600 Stocks. Brianna Mills in the 583 Outlaws. Jack Latham in the 125 coming away with micro wins. Dennis Wichty and Timmy Borden won 4-cylinder features over there. Mitch Weatherby earning a win in the Clone Light division. Kyle Podgers won the Clone Heavy feature. Bear Grover, Cole Dresser, Ethan Olmstead, all winning their junior classes. And the Unlimited All-Star 3-wheelers were in town. Ben Taft picking up a win with them. The Open 3-wheeler win went to Fred Morrell. Pete Thompson won the 200 main, swapping spots. He was 2nd in the Open 3-wheeler feature, and then Morrell ended up in 2nd. On Friday night, Black Rock, there was some bad weather striking Dundee on Friday, much as all the tracks in the area. They got the show going solid 2 hours late, but they were able to bring the track back around. And after the heats, the IMSA feature was pacing the track when another band of showers came through, put that show on hold. That feature is going to be made up June the 19th with a sportsman feature from Friday night over there at Black Rock. This weekend's program coming up tomorrow is going to include double features for the modifieds, the street stocks, and the 4-cylinder divisions. Brandon Kinner won the youth feature, which was the only feature to be completed. And Spencer John White, he pulled the plug early, trying to get ahead of the ROC modified tour, trying to save them some travel money. He called it early on Friday with the thunderstorms in the area, and the event is now moved to tomorrow. The card is going to include double points for the Super 6s and the 4-cylinders, race time 7 o'clock, half hour earlier than typical Friday nights. Anybody turning in a ticket from June 5th gets a $3 discount off of their ticket. Brewerton, rain was threatening, but Billy Decker was able to outrun the weather, get a win over there at Brewerton. Lap 32 restart in the 35-lap main. It put Jimmy Phelps on Decker's back bumper, but it wasn't enough. Decker was able to hold on to that ahead of Jimmy Phelps, Ryan Phelps, Pat Ward, Matt Shepard filling in the top 5. Mod Light and 4-cylinder features are going to be held this Friday, along with the NY6A 600 micro sprints. Family autograph session is going to be moved to a later date this year because the rest of the card was not completed due to weather coming through the area. Jared Zimbardi coming away with a win with the Patriot Sprint Tour over at the Ransomville Speedway last Friday. Danny Johnson winning the modified portion of the card. They were pressured by weather, with rain moving past the track around 6:30. And from that point on, they were able to get the rest of their card. And Brett Hearn swept both sides of a 25-lap modified doubleheader at Albany, Saratoga, dodging raindrops as well. Coming up, we'll back this up a little bit. Sunday, we forgot Utica Row. Matt Shepard backed up his Victoria 200 win with his 4th win at the track. This win helps him close the gap on current points leader, both at the track and in the NASCAR statewide All-American championship chase on Pat Ward. So good win for Matt Shepard as he's now only 5 points behind Pat Ward in both the track and the NASCAR All-American Wheeling State Chases. Shepard held Larry White at bay. Pat Ward was third over Mike Mahaney and Stuart Friesen, also getting top 5 finishes. Tuesday night, Black Rock, we talked about that last Thursday with Billy Van Pelt coming away with a win. And somewhat rewarding news here. I was happy to see this after a kind of a cool relationship developed a little bit with the 31st lap and one Gary Ballou. Gary Ballou has been selected as a 2015 inductee to the Northeast Modified Hall of Fame. Induction, planned for August 5th, prior to the Super Dirt Car Series Hall of Fame 100 over there in Weedsford. Ballou. He won in his first career start, if you can imagine that. He was 17 years old, scored 37 wins in the novice divisions down there in Florida. He was 16 years old. He earned wheels at Hialeah, Palmetto, Hollywood, and other tracks in that greater Miami area down there in Florida. And when he moved up here, he became what anyone would agree with this, that he was a polarizing character in New York and Pennsylvania. He won the Schaefer 200 in 76. Left the I've said this name a million times, I've never yet said it right. The Ferrari car, and he won a July preliminary race in Syracuse in 77, doubled up and weather delayed 77 and 78 Super Dirt Week wins, and probably became the most notorious for the purpose-built Batmobile, the Aero car in 1980. Kenny Weld was involved with that program, and it did some damage. He would win probably running at 3/4 throttle, and was able to just walk away with that purpose-built car that won Syracuse. From there, what a lot of people can sort of forget was Ballou ended up driving for Team Raymock and NASCAR with backing from Domino's Pizza. He won a NASCAR All-Pro National Championship before the well-documented fall from grace of Gary Ballou, which included prison time for drug trafficking charges. He overall, in his career in Pennsylvania, Florida, New York, including those wins in Syracuse, he's amassed an estimated 1,000 wins, most of them coming on late model tracks in the South. He's won 4 Super Dirt Week championships in July event over the course of 5 years with a .400 win percentage in Syracuse. Pretty impressive, and most well-deserving for Gary Ballou to be recognized with that induction into the Dirt Motorsports Northeast Hall of Fame. Pretty cool move for him. But as we said, we're going to probably keep this one fairly short and sweet. Everybody right now, their attentions are turned on Canandaigua Motorsports Park at this point, out in with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in town. We've got Mike over there. Hopefully we'll be able to grab one of those guys from that event and have them on here next Thursday. We do plan on being on the air next week. We'll bring you all the weekend action and hopefully chat a little bit with one of those ASCOC championships here next week on the 31st lap. Again, abridged version. Appreciate everybody tuning in here for a quick 15-minute show, and we'll be back here next week.